Good morning, students. Today we are going to study a new topic, the body and its movements. So, in this topic, we are going to discuss certain subtopics like the locomotion and movements, and the skeletal system, joints, and the movement in other animals like earthworm, snakes, and birds. So let's learn in more detail. First, the difference in locomotion and movements. So to perform daily activities, we need to change our body or move our body parts as well as we need to move from one place to another. For example, as we all come to school in the morning, we all perform the locomotion, a daily activity to change our position. Like, depending upon whether the place is changed or not, these processes are termed locomotion and movement. So the basic difference in the locomotion and movement is whether the person is changing its position or not. For in case of movement, only the body parts is being moved from the resting state to the motion. For example, if I want to write something, I will pick a pencil or a pen and start writing. So when I am writing something, I am performing movements, the movement of my hand. Now, if I'm not having pen with me, so I have to take it out from the place where I have kept it. So as I move from this position and to take it from the other place where it is kept, so the I'm changing my position in order to get a pen or a pencil. So it is called the locomotion. So various animals perform locomotion in order to get shelter or get water. So, like this is an example of the movement in plants. Like a person is touching these leaves of the plant. Plant is called touch me not plant, and the leaves are folding as they are showing movements. So, in case of plants, the plants is going to show the movement. Not there is no locomotion in case of plants. Likewise, in case of sunflower, these flowers are going to face the sun. As the sun is changing its position, the flowers are changing their position as well to face the sun. So these are the examples of the movement in case of plants. While in case of animals, they perform both the movement as well as the locomotion. Now, to understand the locomotion and movement in animals, first thing that we have to discuss is the skeletal system. Now, the skeletal system is the internal structure in the organisms which help in bringing about movements. So, skeletal system is an internal structure in case of animals which is having an endoskeleton. Some organisms are not having the skeletal system inside their body. They have this skeleton outside their body and called as exoskeleton. So, the skeletal system in humans are having the endoskeleton. It forms a framework that gives the shape of the body and provides support to the organism. So, it is going to provide shape and provide support to the body. Skeletal system is made up of bones. Different kinds of bones are joined together in a particular manner. Okay, where the place where the bones are joined allow the movement. These joints facilitate various types of movements. In higher animals, bones, muscles, and cartilage together make the movement possible. So, not only the skeletal system is enough for the movement, but the bones to bring about the movement in the bones, The muscles are also required. The next is the cartilage. It is a part of the skeleton that is not hard and can be bent. Is cartilage. Means cartilage is not as hard as the bones. It can be bent. For example, the nose and the ear. Here in our body, it is the cartilage. Then they are found in the upper part of the ear and the tip of the nose and at the tip of the long bone. So they increase the flexibility and they prevents the wear and tear in the bones as they are present at the ends of the bone. So it reduces the friction between the bones at joints. Now joints, these joints are the points where two parts of the skeleton are fitted together to make movement possible. In our skeletal system, as we have already discussed, we are having bones. Now, the different bones are joined together at one place. So, the place where the two bones are joined together is called as joints. Example of the joints are like hip joint, elbow joint, knee joint, etc. Human skeletal system. Human skeletal system is made up of bones. Human system is having 206 bones. The functions of the skeletal system. Our body has various delicate organs uh, that requires a framework to give support to our delicate organs. Otherwise, if our body is not having this skeleton, our body will collapse. So it is providing a framework, helping in walking and running, and providing a shape to our body. It holds our body upright. Like they are protecting the delicate organs like lungs. Now the skull, ribs are protecting hearts and lungs. This is the bones and the red point is showing the joints present in our body where the bones can move. Now the skeletal system is made up of bones. The outer framework is hard and inside it is having the bone marrow, the soft organs. Joints. The first joint is ball and socket joint. The head of one bone is rounded while the other end is having the socket into which this rounded end fits together and allow movement. So it is present in the hip joint and the shoulder joints. So it allows all round movement. Hinge joint. Hinge joint is the joint where the one end of the bone fits into the depression of the other bone, like the hinge in the door. So such joint is allowing the movements in one plane only and they are present in the knee and the elbow. Pivot joint is the joint where the rounded structure of one bone fits into the ring of the other bone. So the first bone can move freely over the other bone. We can move our head up and down, left and right because of pivot joint. This joint is present in the neck. Next is the gliding joint. The flat ends of the bone can move or glide against each other at this joint, which allows side to side as well as backward and forward movements. The two ends of the bone are flat, as we can see here. These are the gliding joints. It is present in the vertebral column and it allows slight movements. The flat ends of the bones. Now the movement in the earthworm. Earthworm is an insect and we are going to study how the movement in different animals are taking place. Earthworm does not have any internal skeleton. The body is made up of rings, or we can say the segments are present over their body. So, the many rings are joined end to end, and muscles attached to these rings help to extend and shorten the body. So its skeleton is made up of liquid which is present inside its body. So muscles and the liquid help in the maintaining the body structure of the earthworm. So that's why it is called the liquid skeleton. The skin of the earthworm also has large number of tiny bristles that help it to get good grip on the ground. So you can see in this video that the earthworm is showing its movement by first fixing its rear end and moving the forward end. And then it is moving like this. So this is the repeated extension and contraction of the body muscles that enable earthworm to move in the soil. Now the next is the birds. In case of birds, they have spatial, skeletal, and muscular structure that help them to fly. In case of birds, we can see they are having a streamlined body in which the front part of their body is pointed that helps them to overcome the resistance offered by the air. Next is their forelimbs that are modified into the wings. Wings are having the strong muscles that help them to fly in the sky. Then the bones of the hind limb are used for perching and walking, hopping, as the forelimbs, the hind limbs are having the foot. Then the shoulder bone and the breastbone are strong and support the muscles of the flight, which move the wings up and down. So this is the way the bird's body is shaped so that they can fly in the sky. Next is the snakes, as the snakes do not have any legs for the movement, but use their long backbone along with the muscles for the movement. Their body curves into many loops which give it forward push by pressing against the ground. Whenever a snake moves, it makes loops of its body. These loops push the ground and creates a force that allows its body to move in the forward direction. So the snake body is helping in the movement because of the bones and the strong muscles. So this is all about the movement in humans and the different animals. Hope you all have learned this. Thank you.